weeks ago when I was in Vegas. Holy shit, is that place impressive?
Yeah.
I mean, have you been there, Eddie?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Amazing. Did Tony train there?
No, I had a meeting, an EBI meeting.
Oh, right.
The UFC.
Oh, nice.
Forrest gave us
They
a
gave
tour
me
of
the
the place.
tour.
Yeah,
Forrest
gave me a tour, too.
Amazing.
How amazing is that place?
Dude, it's incredible.
It's one of the coolest places I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, I want to live here.
Dude, and then the screen where you can record your sparring, and it's like an NFL thing where you can write notes and circles and all this shit on and give it to your coach. It's amazing.
They're recording it in 360 degrees,
Yeah.
so they can look at you from any angle.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. It's so cool. And then they have all these different recovery stations. They have a cryo machine that goes down to like 240 degrees below zero and then up to 170 degrees above zero. You can go hot, cold inside the machine. Like, which is what the fuck,
Dude, it's crazy.
man.
They have like 3 pools of different temperatures for like rehab.
They have 2 pools that are different temperatures, one really hot one and one really cold one.
Yeah, that's
One's
the room
like 50
right there.
degrees.
And there's one to your left.
Oh, that's
There's
me. That's my video.
Oh, okay. And then there's a treadmill to your left in a pool.
And that's Angela Hill's on that one right here while I'm filming, and she's running. There she is. And she's
Treadmill pool.
running on this treadmill that lifts and lowers, and you could watch your running form on these little screens. You could see, I think I cut to the screen. She was joking around about her, but you could check out the screen and you could see like your form to make sure that you're landing ball of the foot first, with proper running form. The fucking whole place is incredible. They have sleep pods that you get in. They're like these lounge chairs, and it's like some sci-fi movie with this big egg comes down over you. And like
the Darth Vader.
Yeah. And you lie down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sleep pods. So you're lying down there. It's playing music and shit. Dude, off the charts. I mean, they have everything.
So last week, I'm on your podcast, and I can say it now. You were talking about the Performance Center. Well, I'd gotten a tour of that when I met Dana White and everybody like 2 weeks ago. So I was like,
whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to be like, whoa, yeah, what do you know? Yeah, so anyway, I got a tour of the thing. It was kind of funny
if you said, yeah. Oh, that seems familiar.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was nice. So Forrest is amazing.
Yeah, we were hoping that we were going to be able to
announce it that
on
night.
the podcast, but things take time.
Paperwork, man. It takes a minute,
Yeah, and hey, congratulations to our boy Big John McCarthy.
Big John, dude. That's called him.
He'll be very good at that.
What gig?
He's the new
Took
Jimmy
over
Smith.
for me at Bellator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He'll be great at that. I think he's going to be awesome at that. We're trying to work it. I didn't know he was living in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. He moved. Got tired of flying to Vegas all the time for fights. So he just fucking moved to Vegas. That's the kind of guy Big John is.
He is, man.
But he lives out in the burbs. He's not like on the strip going to fucking Hakkasan every night.
Yeah, I think he'll do a good job, man. I do.
No, he'll be great.
I really do.
He'll be great.
I was really happy about that, personally.
Yeah, he'll be great. I mean, you talk about a guy who's seen literally every major fight. I mean, he was the go-to guy for over a decade. Like, every big fight had to have Big John McCarthy as a referee. After a while, a lot of guys have gotten, like, some of the calls for some of the big fights. But
yeah,
he's the gold standard. And the guy knows so much about the sport. And he's a legit black belt.
He's not going to ref anymore?
No, he's not going to ref anymore for a while. But he always could go back to it. Do you know he's got 2 or 3, might be at least 2 fake discs in his neck, and then I think it might be 3, and then he just got some shit fused too.
Damn.
Yeah, that jiu-jitsu's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's a motherfucker in your joints, man, and your back. You hear about so many people. I got this thing I want to show you, and every grappler should get one of these. You should get one for the gym. It's called an iron neck. And it was created by this guy who is a former football player, and he created it to deal with CTE. He's like, a lot of what these guys are getting, they're getting from their head getting snapped. And he's like, and I think you can mitigate a lot of that with neck strength. But a lot of the different things that people create for neck strength, this is him show me how to do it. We got one here. So you strap this thing on your head, you pump it up. It's like a Reebok pump. Remember those pumps where you press the it gets real tight to your head, and then you're pulling on that bungee cord. That black cord is 50 pounds of resistance. And so I'm pulling back, and he's like straightening out my posture, and then there's resistance and turning the band. Phenomenal.
Wow.
I love that thing. I love it.
How often do you do it?
Whenever I want to. I have one in my house, and I have one here. So I do it all the time. I did it yesterday. It was part of my workout yesterday. I like to start off my workout with it. I put that fucker on, and I go through a whole series of Stevie Wonders. It's like you have it on your head, and you go like this. And what it does is, you know who's real big on it? Aaron Pico. He loves that thing. He said it turned his neck into a weapon. You know, and for me, I had some pretty big problems with my neck for a while. I think from 2 things, from not tapping, and 2 from head and arm chokes, because I was doing a lot of head and arm chokes on this side.
Putting pressure on that side.
You're always using your neck. You know, your neck becomes a part of your game. And I never really strengthened my neck other than training, and this has made a big fucking difference. Is that Johnny Hendricks, or is that like a fat guy who looks like Johnny Hendricks? Not Johnny. It's not Johnny Hendricks. Sorry, fat guy. You're not really fat, bro. You're not fat. You're not ripped like Michael Johnson, but you're not fat. I'm just talking shit. But that machine is like one of the best methods I've ever found of strengthening your neck, stabilizing your neck. Edit that out about me calling that guy fat. Sometimes you say things, you just talk shit.
Yeah, it just comes out of your mouth.
You don't mean to.
I forgot. I'm on.
If you listen, buddy, I'm fat too.
People
But this machine, actually, he's not fat at all. But this machine is fucking phenomenal. I'm a giant fan of it.
Interesting.
And you can either have it on a bungee cord, or some people put it on one of them cable machines. Like I would imagine if you were some Francis Ngannou fella, you would want even more resistance. Oh, that's in Austin. They're doing that at the On It gym. I'm a big fan of this thing. I think every grappler in particular, because how many people have fucking neck problems?
Oh, I mean, to not have them is weird.
Yeah, it is. And I think this is a great machine, but I think there's a bunch of other things you should do as well. I'm a big believer in shrugs. I think for grapplers, just protecting that whole area, building up all that muscle in the back area. When you get them fucking Overeem traps. Remember Overeem when he was the Ubereem? He had those traps.
Unbelievable.
They started at the top of his ears and dropped down.
Yep.
You know what I got recently that I'd like to recommend is, I have something really wrong with my right shoulder, and I like to sleep on my side. So sometimes, man, I wake up in the middle of the night and my shoulder's sore just from sleeping wrong on it.
Yeah.
It sucks putting all your weight on it. And after a while, and I got the flu like you did too. I got it last week for a day. I was in bed for 24 hours, and man, my shoulder was killing me from being sick in bed. So I got this pillow that's for people that have acid reflux. It's a sloped pillow, and there's a hole in it where you could put your arm under, and you sleep on the side. I'm in love with it.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
It's called Medcline.
Medcline.
It's
like
awesome.
decline?
And you could sleep both sides, and there's like this snake pillow that goes through it, so your arm is feeling beautiful. There's no pressure on it, and you're on your side.
Oh, look at that.
I've seen that.
That's weird.
That's it.
Oh, that's weird looking.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm in love with this thing, man. It's incredible.
No shit.
Yes, I think maybe that's a big part of my shoulder problem, maybe. I'm thinking because
sleeping weird?
Yeah, just like I sleep on my side, and I know that you're not supposed to. You're supposed to sleep flat on your back, but I cannot sleep flat on my back. I got to be on either side. I'm always switching from one side to the next.
Well, when you started lifting heavy again, after you got those cortisone shots, you said your shoulder was feeling amazing.
Yeah.
And then you told me you were doing bench. I was like, oof. Like, bench is one of the worst things for your shoulder.
I should have never got a cortisone shot. That was the big mistake right there. I got talked into it by a doctor. I went into the doctor to get a prescription for an MRI. And I told him my shoulder's just doesn't heal. It's just constantly bothering me. And he did a couple tests, and he said, hey, you don't have any tears, but what's wrong is the tendon that's connecting your bicep to your shoulder, it's thrashed. But if we put a cortisone shot in there, you'll be fine. And I grew up a big football fan, and I always thought cortisone shots is what an athlete takes, to play the rest of the game, but he's going to pay for it afterwards. But just to get through the game, give him a cortisone shot.
Right.
I thought it was just a painkiller. And that's what I told him. And he said, no, it's a big myth. It actually heals the tendon. And I said, really? I said, okay. So he did it. He said, don't do shit for 10 days. I didn't. Then it actually did. It felt amazing. And then I started lifting again. And I started lifting heavier than ever. And then and dude, like all the time, I started doing your little that routine you were talking about. Some Russian said that you're supposed to do the same body parts, like not just once a week, but like, you know, every time you go in, hit the same body parts, just don't hit them that hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember that program?
Greasing the groove, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I started doing. But then I started working the same body part every time I went to the gym. I did chest hard every time I went to the gym, back hard every time I went to the gym. I was doing a complete body workouts. It just slowly morphed into that. And I always wanted to go to failure. And then within 2 months, the pain started coming back, and then it just slowly progressed, and now it's worse than ever. So I'll never
get an MRI.
Yeah, no, I am. I just got the prescription for that last week. All I got to do is go in now. I'm going to go get that checked out.
Man, it's such a common injury.
Yeah.
You know, so many guys have shoulder problems.
But that pillow, though, is helping.
Yeah.
That pillow is huge.
I'm going to get one then.
That's interesting.
It looks awesome. All right, we're about to hit the main event. Jeremy Stephens just showed up. Oh, shit, Jeremy Stephens. He's a tough fucking out at 145 pounds.
He is.
That's a big 45er. I mean, he's fucking big for that weight class. And he's coming off of that fight against... Who the fuck did he just fight? He had a real good fight against a veteran where he kicked the shit out of his legs. I want to say Jim Miller. No, but that would be 55.
Dude, 13 first-round
Gilbert
finishes.
Melendez.
That
Gilbert
is
Melendez.
amazing.
Yeah.
13
That's
first-round
amazing,
finishes.
right?
7
Think about
decisions
that.
by knockout. Second most
incredible.
knockdowns in UFC history. He's an animal.
He's a beast.
So he beat Gilbert Melendez his last
Second
fight.
most knockdowns in UFC history?
Crazy.
That's
He's a tank.
incredible.
He's a fucking animal. Remember his
Jesus Christ.
KO of Dos Anjos?
Yep.
Shit.
Stunning uppercut. Boom. Neck snapping uppercut. He's a fucking animal. Dennis Bermudez, that flying knee against the cage. Jeremy Stephens, Hani Jason, that head kick. Woo!
He's got a ton of them, man.
Woo!
That's his thing.
He's a fucking animal. I'm excited about this fight, too, because Doo-Ho Choi brings it, and he's got a clean right hand. That right hand comes down the pipe like a piston.
Isn't he going to the Korean army, though, for a while?
No, that's Chan Sung Jung, the Korean zombie. He went 2 years in the Korean
he came back.
army.
But this guy's got
he's
to
going
go,
as
too.
well?
That's what I heard,
They have
right?
compulsory service, so I mean,
maybe.
He has to go.
they'll do eventually.
Wow, that's a bummer for guys that are like world-class fighters. They should think they should give them a little break. You know, let them put that shit off.
Nope. 2 years, baby.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Doo-Ho Choi. Here we go, baby.
It is a. I mean, from a ruler standpoint, it's actually a great idea. Make everybody go to the army for 2 years, right?
It's not a bad idea if you want to instill patriotism in people too, and an understanding of like what it means to have a country. You know,
Yes.
like what does it mean to have an armed service if you're just some soft, fat little pudgy fuck like me sitting back letting the soldiers do all the work. You know, if you actually have to go and do it yourself. You're actually over there.
All they got to worry about is North Korea. That's it. No one else is messing with them.
Well, China's on the side of North Korea. That's part of the problem. That's part of our problem with negotiating.
They're still
with North
technically at
Korea.
war. Most people don't know.
North Korea and South Korea?
Yeah, they signed a ceasefire. They never signed an armistice. Oh, wow. So there's no peace treaty. They just, we'll stop fighting for right
Did
now,
you see
and it
what
held
the
for
fuck
50
happened
years.
to Hawaii the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Dude.
man? I
Dude, they're
found out
fucking
from
with us.
Kelly Slater's Instagram. I was like, what? There was a fake nuclear or a fake missile warning that a missile was coming in, and they said it was not a drill.
Like, how is that a wrong button kind of thing? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you imagine that would like go through a few people before it goes out
Right.
to the whole state.
Like,
And
you know how you have
you know
that
what I
thing
mean? Yeah.
when you're getting a
Yeah.
phone call and you have the option
Right, exactly.
to like say, hey, I'll call you back, I'm driving. You know, like it's one of the 2 or 3 options you can just press.
Yeah.
Is one of them, hey, an intercontinental ballistic missile's headed your way, Hawaii?
It's like, oh, here's weather, here's missile, and you hit the wrong. No, it shouldn't work that way. It shouldn't be anywhere near like that. And went out to the whole state.
So stupid.
Yeah,
And those
Lima
people were-
McFarland was on her Instagram. Was like, yeah, apparently there's a missile. Same shit. I was unbelievable.
People were fucking crying and freaking out, apparently. Yeah, I have a friend who lives in Hawaii.
You know, that's a state that's been hit before.
Fuck yeah.
Militarily.
Yeah, right?
So,
You got to think, I mean,
Yeah.
the memory of Pearl Harbor, there's people
not
who were
that.
alive back then.
Plenty of them.
Jeremy motherfucking Stevens. Dum, dum, dum. This should be war. I am very excited about this.